Hello, beautiful souls. This is Shamama hunting, and I am here at this ungodly hour of 3:40 something in the morning to share a message with you guys. This is a message about the karmics, and it's not really a message that I really want to do, but it's a message that I have to do. And then we're going to sage the hell out of this sacred space when we're done talking about all of this energy. But you guys, it needs to be discussed because it needs to be discussed so the feminines can understand what's going on. It needs to be discussed so the masculines understand what's going on. And it needs to be discussed so the whistle is blown on what the karmics are doing. For everybody to know and understand. So I want to thank you guys always for liking, sharing, subscribing, being here with me. Please, you guys, hit the notification bell, the subscribe button, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. You can also, if you choose to, in this video, audio, what am I even saying? Audio, video resonates with you. You can choose to donate to what I do here, you guys, and hit the little thanks button. And I also have a new membership section that will be in full bloom starting on July 1st. So you guys get on over there and join up, and I am going to be sharing all kinds of cool exclusive content. So, all right, you guys. So back to this message. So, karmics. The karmics are losing their shit right now. The karmics, who in the beginning seemed so sweet. Well, the red flags were there all along. The divine masculines were caught up in their own egoic self-indulgences with these karmic relationships and situations, very much feeding their ego, and you know, a lot of the masculine did, in addition to all of that, I'm gonna give them credit because they did have feelings for these people, for their karmics, and they did think that these karmics were their person, but there was always something there that the masculine were missing in those relationships. There were blatantly obvious red flags that they ignored. There were, like I keep hearing spirit say, like the writing was on the walls, or is that what the saying? The writing was on the walls all along. That's what Spirit's saying, is the writing was on the wall all along, and the masculine just, they succumbed to the lower vibration indulgences, desires, of the 3D physical world. And that's not a judgment, and that's not a criticism. It was where their ambition, their drive, they were still operating in a very unawakened state, so they were still living, and some of them still are living under that success means money and power and popularity and cars and all kinds of just shit, and sex and drugs and drinking and these, like, yeah, it was they are, some of them are still involved in a lot of this stuff. And some of them aren't. And so these relationships, as I started like saying, originally I started feeling these things coming off the rails back in November, I think it was. And through the holidays, things kind of got, you know, a little more intense, and things, you know, I think it was about March, I started feeling, the explosions literally happening in the divine masculine karmic relationships, and things were literally like, that was it. Like, a lot of endings started to happen then and are continuing to happen. I'm seeing a narrowing of the portal of the portal of the time that these karmic things are going to be allowed to continue. And so the karmics, so the karmics right now are seriously losing their shit in a big way. What I was shown and what I've been downloading while I've been laying here, is that the karmics blew up. The karmics actually blew up their relationships with the divine masculines. The karmics then, and it was very manipulative. It was very fucking manipulative how and the way they did it. The karmics then thought that the masculines would come running back to them, begging them to take them back, because they thought that the hold, that 3D hold that they had on the masculines, was that powerful. Some of these karmics, yes, I'm gonna say, were using binding spells and trying to use black magic and trying to conjure things. And I'm gonna just laugh at all of that, you guys, because these are divine, sacred fucking connections. So when push comes to shove at the end of the fucking day, we know good overcomes evil. And any darkness will be fucking decimated in the face of the light of the divine. And so whatever these fucking karmics did, they were doing all kinds of just ridiculous manipulative stuff and just playing nasty and dirty, thinking that these masculines would come back and running back to them because they had the power, this secret weapon. Most of them thought their secret weapon was their sexuality. They were using their sexuality as sort of a bond. I'm literally seeing, as I'm laying here, that devil card. They were keeping the masculines entrapped in this low vibration, sex, drugs, blah, 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 blah. Like everything I've already listed, and I just didn't even want to keep saying the same things over and over again, you guys. So they thought that all of that had so much power that these masculines were going to come running back to them. And when that didn't happen, when they saw the masculines say, fuck this shit, and the light bulbs started to come on, and the masculines started to put the pieces together of the things that they ignored or saw but didn't really choose to acknowledge, however you want to look at it, they began to wake up, and they began to go into a dark night of the soul, but also rise in their awareness that they had to come back into a new version of themselves, that this was all a mess, that yes, the karmic did terrible things, but there was accountability, and they were responsible for their decisions and choices and the things they chose and the things they ignored. And my God, you guys, like, I am literally feeling this huge deja vu experience right now for my own journey back about back in 2012, 2013, when I started my journey. And when I was coming out, when my masculine initially made contact, and then my karmic relationship I was in at that point in time began to just fucking explode and completely disintegrate and fall apart, and it got just so bad and ugly, and the things that went on and the things that my partner at the time and I did to each other Oh my God, it was just horrible and disgusting, you guys. But the light bulbs that went off for me, and the thrust, the catapult that I was just shoved into my spiritual awakening and my twin flame journey without even realizing that it was a twin flame journey at that time. Yeah, so wow. So I am feeling and seeing all of this parallel and mirror reflection as to what the masculine is experiencing and what the divine feminines, and this is coming back to my experiences, what the divine feminines have at one point during this awakening experienced with their karmic partner upon the arrival of their masculine coming into their lives. So yeah, so this is huge, you guys. This is seriously fucking huge. And so the awareness is coming to the masculines, and I say, and I'm gonna say, you guys, yes, our awakenings, these things happened for us, the feminine, a very long time ago. Does that mean it's going to take this long for the masculine? Another 10 years, another however many years? No. Nothing is taking that long, you guys. As you know, the timelines are just zipping. And no, everything is moving so quickly. Things that, honestly, things that I have given clients in readings, and again, I don't do a lot of time when I give readings to people, but things that I have said that'll take 2 months to happen or take like a fucking week to happen, you guys. So like, who the fuck knows how long any of this is going to take, but just relax and know it's happening super quick. Anyway, getting back to what I was saying. So the masculine is feeling this grand awakening, this light bulb realization moments, seeing the karmic situations for what it truly is. And so when the masculines did not go running back to the karmic and trying to heal and fix, and the karmics started to witness the masculines moving on, and being okay with moving on, the karmics went fucking ballistic. Ballistic missile, I'm hearing like, this siren, oh my God, this loud blaring noise in my head. And the karmics are going fucking ballistic. And they decided to get ugly, get nasty, go out for blood. Now, I have been saying that this was going to happen for fucking months now. Go back and listen to the audios that I was doing. Jesus, dear masculine, I wish you would have listened. I wish you would have listened, because, oh God, the pain. And so the pain that the masculine is going through, they are angry, they are hurt. They, even though they were involved in these relationships that were based on, again, these very 3D, low vibration, primitive principles and things, they were invested in them, period. They had feelings, they were building relationships, they were putting together families, they were making plans for their futures with these people. So the masculine's hearts are completely fucking shattered and pulverized. They are angry, and again, going back to the mirror, the lessons that had to be learned, the feminine learned these lessons from the masculine. This was the lessons that the feminine had to learn, the rejection, the abandonment that we learned from our masculines, from everything that had happened all these years. Well, again, turnabout is fair play. Karma happens. And that's not a punishment thing, you guys. It's a fact life lesson that every experience brings a consequence, a cause, a fact. And these are the consequences, these are the effects of living in an energetic field an energetic form of life that is focused on things that are not of the highest, most valuable truths and integrities that we hold sacred in our hearts. And so the masculine, as I said, are pissed, shattered, wounded, rejected, abandoned, and feeling lost. They are going through this dark night of the soul. Some have reached out to their feminines. Some did this almost instantly within a very short period of time after these breakups. They were guided to form reconnection. Doesn't mean reunion, like I've been saying, but reconnections. And as the feminine has, responded to this reconnection, or is responding or isn't responding, depending on where you are at in your process. Are you taking your masculine back? Are you open to these conversations? Are they blocked? Are you blocked? Whatever. So depending on where you are, the responses and reactions that the masculine has received from the feminine has also now began to trigger them. So the masculines are being bombarded by their feminine triggering them and the karmic triggering them. The masculines are very fearful that their feminines will not forgive them. They are, and they understandably so, is how the masculine feels. They don't, in their minds, truly even deserve to be forgiven. They're seeing the shit they did. They are they are just so lost, and they know and are feeling the feminine's light and the pull and the drawback and the universe pushing and the signs and the synchronicities and everything that they are trying and have been trying to avoid and ignore is being blown up in their faces, brought up in their faces. And yeah, some of them are trying to run the fuck away again from themselves this time. And always, they've always been running away from themselves, right? But in reality, in this moment, it's not the feminine that they are running from. They are truly running away from their own fears. Now, many of them are getting help from outside sources, and that's beautiful. They do still have some nasty fucking people around them, just like the reading I did 2 days ago. There are people who are going to still continue to try to interfere with these reunion energies. So I want you guys to remember that and be aware. Divine masculines, if you are listening to this, I'm telling you, there are still people around you that are not trustworthy, that are feeding information to your karmic person. I'm also seeing your karmic person attempting to still get into your accounts, passwords, bank accounts. I don't know. They are trying to they are trying to do some nasty, ugly shit still. I am also seeing some of these freaking karmics are saying they're pregnant, saying that they had a got a sexually transmitted disease from the masculine. And again, I'm not saying the masculine is a man. Remember, the karmics, this is energy. Remember what I'm talking about here, guys. But I'm hearing some of these karmics going as far as saying they've got a sexually transmitted disease from your masculine. I am seeing they are pulling out whatever they can. They are attempting to ruin and destroy the divine masculine. Now, Divine masculine, you are protected. You are protected. Nothing that this person can do to you will destroy you. Tell them to fuck the fuck off. Cut their asses out. They need to fucking go. Do not tolerate their bullshit. Okay? Accept accountability and responsibility. Do what you need to do to make them disappear. This fight, when I say don't tolerate their bullshit, I mean cut them out. This fight, this shit that they're trying to drag you into is not worth it. Okay? You will end up, if you dig your heels in masculine, I am here, you will end up losing more than you have to gain in this. So this is not about winning. This is not masculine about proving them wrong. This is about getting rid the fuck of them. Okay? You will end up, it's like they're showing me literally, do not cut, what is it? Cut your nose to spite your face. Do not cut off your nose to spite your face, masculine. And I really, really hope that you guys are listening to this. You divine masculines are hearing this. The Spirit is sharing this for your protection. I am also hearing, speaking of protection, that many of these masculine are distant, not only because they fear rejection from or of their divine feminines, but they are also trying to protect their feminines from this psycho person that they were with. These karmics are aware, are knowledgeable, know who the feminine is. They know who you are, feminine. So, and they have, again, there are people watching you also. There may be people in your world, feminine, that are connected to the karmic in some way, shape, or form. And so, again, there is this huge, I'm showing, this huge blanket of protection that is being laid upon the twins at this point in time. Again, I can't emphasize this enough of to not engage, do not indulge in the negativity, the drama, just don't do it. Cut them off. Do whatever you have to do to get them out of your lives, and move forward, because you are protected, and nothing and no one will come between the twins except themselves. So divine feminine and divine masculine, the only thing that will stop your union, your reconnection, your destiny is you. So understand that and know that. Divine masculines, what you need to know about your feminine at this time is they love you, they support you. However, they will no longer tolerate low vibration bullshit. They choose and desire to see you rise. They love you for all of you. They love the shadow. They love you for your darkness. They love what you have had to go through. They honor the experiences and the growth and the lessons that you have had to learn, and the things that have had to happen between you both to come to a place of growth and truth and authenticity within yourself and within themselves. Remember, your divine counterpart has been doing this and growing to be the empress that he or she, emperor, empress, that he or she is all this time while you've been in separation. And masculine, and these masculine, many of them are feeling intimidated by the growth that they are seeing. And this they are feeling unworthy. They are feeling this fear that you will reject them. And so masculine, as you grow, as you show the feminine, you are willing to do the work, that you are putting in the time, that you are willing to take the actions needed to be taken to grow and heal and come into your king to rise. There is no rejection. The feminine holds nothing but unconditional love and forgiveness that you are so worthy of. And feminine, you are not to lower your boundaries. You are not to start to overgive. You can hold that space and stand still for a moment to allow your masculine to see your light, to catch up for a second. Okay? That's not going to, it's almost just a moment of rest. They're showing me back in church when I was a little girl how before you would have to get into the pew to go sit down, you would have to genuflect and make the sign of the cross. And if you don't know what genuflect means, it was you would get down on one knee and bow before the altar. And you would make the sign of the cross in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. And you would have to actually touch your knee down and make a complete stop. And then you could proceed. Well, this is that moment. If this message is resonating with you, this is that moment that Spirit is asking you, Divine Feminine, to genuflect. To stop for just a second. Make a complete stop. And then stand back up and continue to move forward. Allow your masculine that grace and mercy to take a breath with them and then continue to move forward on your path, however, wherever, whatever they then choose to do. Holding that space of your own deserving, your own worth, your own value, and moving forward. Mission is calling the Divine Feminine right now in a very big and very strong way. And you're being guided to take very bold steps. I have been guided to take some very bold steps in stepping out of my comfort zone and creating some very intimate and special retreat for beautiful goddesses here in South Florida in the end of August, the beginning of September. So here you go, you guys. This is the first reveal of that. I will be posting actually about it today. This will be a 3-day retreat, not to get off the subject, but this is a 3-day retreat, a very intensive, fully immersive, sacred sacrament ceremony retreat. And it will be for 4 goddess women. It will be, yes, only for women. I'm sorry. But it is a goddess retreat. And we will be staying in a very amazing, beautiful space that I will be renting for us. And so if you guys want details on that, I am taking applications and interviews for the 4 positions for this, or for the 4 spots for this retreat. It's gonna be fucking amazing, you guys. I am super, super excited for this. So if you guys want information about that, email me at shamamahuntingowl at gmail and say that you are interested in the details, and I will send out the very specific details, what you need to do, the prices, the dates, all the information, and what you need to do if you want one of these 4 spots for this retreat. So, or I should say, if you want to be considered for one of these 4 spots for this retreat. So anyway, okay, so getting back, yes. So these are things that are happening, you guys. These are very, very big things that the feminine is being asked to step into. So take this moment to pause and then get up and continue going. Your masculine will catch up when they're ready. Their way, their time. They have to go through this dark night of the soul. They're going to go through it in a very, very big way. And it's going to be very fast, and it's going to be very intense. And so just trust, send love, give them energetic support, but give them fucking space, because they need it. They need it. They need to find themselves, and they need to find themselves without you there. They need to find their way through their darkness. And so what else is there that I need to say? Let's see. Take a breath for a minute. Spirit, let's see. Divine feminine. You guys are doing so good. So let me just tell you, divine feminine, how proud of you I am. How proud of energetically the work and the time and the commitments and the years and the dedication and the tears and the laughter that you have all put into this. You are going to receive your rewards. This or something better. We know that. Your masculines are rising. I truly believe in them. I truly believe with all my heart and soul that this tribe, I'm not going to say all of us, like the whole fucking Twin Flame Collective, but I'm going to say that this tribe is coming into union with your divine counterpart. If that's what you want, if that's what you choose for yourself, it is going to be made available to you. So you guys, and divine masculines, just closing messages. Follow your hearts, follow your souls, follow the signs. You are loved. You are worthy. These relationships can and will be healed. Your heart will be mended. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. You are loved. To my own dear divine masculine, you are loved. I love you today, yesterday, tomorrow, and always. All right, you guys. So with that, I am going to end. I am going to ask you all again to please hit the subscribe button. It helps get these messages out, getting me back into the YouTube algorithms. Join the membership section, you guys. Support me, share this video, all the good stuff. And I am sending you all so much love and light, gratitude and blessings. Always, beautiful souls. I'm going to try to get some more sleep and post this in the morning when I actually wake up. And love you guys so much, and bye-bye. Okay, beautiful souls. So I thought I was done with that video, and I realized that I did want to say something else. And what I did want to say is, I think today is the fucking solstice. number one. And that was that portal that I was seeing closing, is that from now until the end of the year. So we enter the solstice, and again, depending on what part of the world you're in, it's either the days are getting shorter or the days are going to start getting longer at the solstice, right? So we're at the solstice, and this is the portal they're showing me on the closing of these karmic things, right? So yeah, and so like here in the U.S. today, I guess today's the solstice. Is it today or is it tomorrow? I think it's today. The 20th is the solstice, I think. Anyway, whatever. Bear with me, guys. It's like 4 a.m. and I'm laying here flat on my back in bed and with Journey, and I don't know everything 3D world stuff at this very moment. Anyway, so the solstice, so this is the closing that I'm seeing, the closing of these karmic things. And as I was saying, for our tribe, I'm seeing these unions really flooding in for our tribe from now till the end of this year. And so this is that 6 months, solstice to solstice, that I am seeing this closing of these karmic things. I also want to say, I realize like I'm being like very matter of fact about the things that the karmic are doing, that they're doing these very bad things, these very terrible things. They're out for blood. They're trying to hurt people. But what I do want to also say is the karmics aren't bad people. I want to make that very clear. Even naming the video, not sweet and definitely psycho. I mean, I say this with love. I'm just fucking, because, you guys know better than anyone. Everyone and plays a fucking part. And karmic partners are just as important as soulmates. They're just as important as twin, every interaction, every person's role is vital and necessary. I am not saying that these people are bad people, and I just want to make that super fucking clear. Are they doing fucking some horrific things? Yes. Why are they doing it? Because they're wounded souls. They are broken individuals. They are no different than what we were like when we were fucked up and broken. I mean, maybe to some extremes, okay? Like, yes, I'm going to say, like, maybe many of us didn't go to certain extremes that these karmics are. But remember, every situation is equal in the consequence that comes out. So I want to say, like, and what do I mean by that? I mean that if it requires you, let's say, to learn something. Some people learn something right away, right? So like you could learn how to ride a bike, and maybe you fell like only once or twice and only like scraped your knee once and like hurt your toe, whatever, right? But then there are other people who it took them a really fucking long time to learn how to ride that bike. And they may have fallen and broken their fucking arm or their leg or their foot the first time they fell. And maybe they couldn't even get back on that bike for 8 weeks because now they're in a fucking cast, right? So, and there's a lot more pain and suffering involved in healing a broken bone than a scrape or a wound, and a longer recovery time. And so, so you see where I'm going with this. So I am not saying that these karmics are terrible people, and I really needed to make this come back and add to this audio for you guys to make that very clear. They are not terrible people. They are hurt, wounded souls who have been through some serious fucking shit, who have their own backstories of trauma and abuse and all sorts of horrific things, remember, not one of us is born here evil. I don't believe that. We are all born beautiful, innocent lights of love. And it's what our soul contracts are. It's what society, it's what living in this amnesia, unconscious fucking matrix has done to us, that has created all of this. And in order to learn lessons, in order to grow, there has to be duality in this world. It's the only way we can understand and learn and grow here in the 3D is through duality and good and bad and all of this. So I just want you guys to understand that and remember that everyone plays a very vital and important role in our journeys, and again, into coming into, you know, your higher truth, your authenticity, your ability to love unconditionally. That means being able to forgive. And that's forgive all of it, including the karmic bullshit. Because the forgiveness isn't against the karmic, it's about ourselves. And everything is a mirror. And everyone, or I should say everyone, is a mirror in some form. And everything is a lesson and an experience that we can learn, grow, live, thrive from. So I now feel like that message is fair and complete and loving and true to me and who I am. And I just needed to make sure that everybody understood where I was coming from when I shared it. I was feeling when I shared it a tremendous amount of the pain that and frustration and anger that the masculine was feeling at that time. So I was feeling very amped up at 3:30 in the morning by all of this. So I am feeling much more in a peaceful place as I took a breath and turned off the recording, and then realized and had all of this just come through that we needed to share and shine just love, gratitude, and appreciation for everyone, karmics included, in this experience. All right, guys. So with that, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit all that stuff for me. I love you guys so much. Oh, all right. We'll talk again soon. Take care, you guys. Bye-bye.